Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. Been a while since I did one of these, been mainly doing EL2 Sturmovik videos, but it's time to go back to the OG simulator that I've featured on my channel. Or I guess maybe FSX could be considered that in the sense of being the oldest one, but this is the one that I most often use when flying. So OG for me at least. In terms of the flight today, we are flying for Airwego, and we are flying the 777F by PMDG. We are at Heathrow, and we are flying to Leipzig, EDDP. So not a super long flight, but long enough. We have gone back to the 2D clouds just to get some variation. I really like to have the cirrus clouds as well, and yeah, just the general variation in the clouds does help a lot. So you won't see me complain about that. In terms of anything else, I guess I just need to get the A cars running, and I'm just gonna check because I have some stuff open which I do not need to have open. I do though want to have this PDF, but I want to open it in a normal browser, I think. And now I managed to close it completely without getting it copied, but I'm just going to go into SimBrief and view the latest flight plan that I did. Our final reserve should be 9,000 pounds. I'm just going to put that into the Compass app. You have to kind of put in all the different details here before you get going. We can get the online flight plan, and then let me see, 22,000. So I guess that's the alternate together with the final minimum arrival fuel. That doesn't make sense. I think it should be lower, it should be the final reserve, otherwise you shouldn't be penalized for going above. So yeah, that's it. Now we can get started. Oh, it says that our Compass version is outdated, so we might want to update that actually, which is a bit annoying, but I'm gonna quickly pause and just get that updated. There we go. Now I have updated it, so everything is fine. Nothing too strange. Still waiting for taxi. In terms of the same, apart from the 2D clouds, I also removed the virtual airlines. I have some issue with them all loading in, even if I'm only at 5%, so I need to have a look at that. But yeah, other than that, it seems to be running pretty well the same. And yeah, look at this beauty, the 777F. Wonderful aircraft. Sucks that they never got the upgrade that they promised for it for P3D. I'll give the PMDG team some minus points for that. You shouldn't promise stuff you're not gonna keep, specifically if that affects people's purchase decisions. But apart from that, it is of course a very nice aircraft and a very good looking one. And it fits very well here into the beautiful Aerosoft Heathrow. Look at all of those Virgin Atlantic aircrafts, the A330, 300, and one American Airlines, some British Airways planes. Yeah, it's a very, very nice airport to take off from. A lot of variety with the skies, which I really miss when you fly with the 3D volumetric engine. And also actually in some other sims. I think X-Plane does it pretty well with the volumetric one, but even there could be more variety. But yeah, looking good, these huge G engines. So we'll jump inside and get started. Have an early morning tomorrow, so I need to get things wrapped up. And the first thing we'll do, of course, is put the batteries on. And we'll also actually make sure that we have the external power. So I'm just gonna make sure that we get the ground power. And once we have that, let's see, it's always a bit of a slow loading process. Now we have our hardware FMC booting up, so that's good. Shows that it's working. We'll do the emergency lights to arm, the DERO to on. Wait a bit for everything to start. We have the EFBs loading up, and yeah, what else? The overhead fire. Maybe we can't do that just yet. We can though do the nav lights. Get those on both sides. And then we wait. And while we wait, we can actually import the flight plan to our lovely Pilot ADC. There's a new beta version that I've gotten. There's been a few actually, I've missed them, but now I'm at 0.22, which is the right version. You can here see our flight plan. We'll change to we'll be at Boeing, we want to be heavy, and we want to fly for Airwego. We can just check that we have the right inputs here, your RNAV, ILS, etc., all of that. One thing we do not need is, let me just check. I'm gonna go to settings. Can you change what the ADC is able to assign? ATC assigns SIDS, assigns stars, assigns approaches. We don't want them to randomize. We can have auto load, recommended procedures. I think that makes sense to have the ATC do that. Let me reload the Simbrief flight plan and see if anything changes. Yeah, now we have the right SIDS and stars. So that's going to save us a bit of time. 26 left. The question is, what approach are we going to get for that? So 26 left approach, ILS probably. We're coming in at DP 429. So maybe we can do yoga. And that should, I'm going to activate the approach just to see it should take us down. Like this, if I'm not mistaken, but let's see. Yeah, we like that. 39,000 feet, is that reasonable? Or is that a lie? No, that's the flight level we have been assigned, so we'll validate. And file, as long as it would work, and then we'll connect to the sim. I think we should have most things hooked up now as well in terms of the aircraft. We don't need pilot, no sorry, not pilot ADC, but pack X today. So we're gonna remove that. We're gonna go FS action, payload. We're gonna just make sure that we have loaded up all the stuff correctly. So 0 fuel weight at 4093. And then a fuel weight of 42,000. So not a lot. It's a very short flight. Yeah, you can see us bump up there a bit just because the weight kind of left us. We can already start the boarding, so we'll request boarding. We can do ASC. In terms of the doors, let's open all of them. Disarm, open, forward, the aft, the bulk, and the main cargo door is opening up. I always forget that it's here and not here in the front. But maybe that makes sense. I guess the weight distribution is a bit heavier on the front with all the electronics and the engines being a bit further front than back. And I guess also with the wheel bay being in the front, probably not as heavy as these ones, but still pretty heavy. Okay, so we have everything being loaded, or starting to be loaded. Yeah, I guess we can have crew join us, since it will take a bit of time to set everything up. But yeah, great to be back in a sim. I like IL-2 Sturmovik, I just don't like the fact that I can't control the cockpit. I really wish they would add that. We can do all of these to auto, just so we have that set up. We can do the fire test. Yeah, and that looks good. Packs we can keep off. I think it's only the 787. We can turn one of these pumps on for when we start the APU. And just check that the wipers are working, even though we won't see any rain effects on the windscreen. I think small things like that, no rain effects on the windscreen, will be what will eventually probably push me to be flying the Fight Factor 777. Hopefully they finish that one up and then get the VNAV working, etc. And then we get to see more liveries, etc. More of these virtual airlines starting to incorporate it. I think it's only Walker Air now and possibly Fly UK that has it incorporated. But yeah, I really want the freighter version for that one. Okay, so in terms of other things we can do, I'm gonna leave this on the D-Link one. And I don't think there's any, let me have a look. Actually, we'll go to menu. We don't have D-Link there. I don't think this one does anything. They were probably meant to do this, but yeah, nothing. So we just have that page without any effects, unfortunately. So what we'll do is just start setting up the FMC appropriately. And here we'll also just check our documents and make sure that we have EDDP, which it does look that we do. So that's good. And let me see if we can fit the width. Maybe that's a good one. And rotate left. Yeah, so this should work. Won't be the best, but won't be the worst. Performance is gonna be the interesting part to populate. Okay, we have the GPS, so we'll just let me see if we can go here. We can take the left one, I think. Or can we? That doesn't seem like we can select those. So we'll just take the GPS position, put that in. That's getting our systems started. We'll then put in the origin airport under the destination airport. Interesting that they don't call it departure and arrival, origin and destination. Well, I guess it doesn't make that much of a difference. We'll also actually do... oh yeah, I think I know what's the problem. We need to start this. So put that to con, switch, and actually no, what's going on? Did I... I need to check what frequency we're supposed to be at. London ground clearance. So 1, 2, 1, 9, 7. We're not getting it to work. Oh yeah, I know why. That's why. 1, 2, 1, 9, 7. Is it just that the first one doesn't want to work, or the second one? Okay, it seems like yeah, there's some bug with this one, so we'll just put it correctly and then switch it manually here. Airwego 4003 heavy, ready to copy, IFR clearance. Okay, let's see what we get. Why aren't we getting any? Is it because I updated it that we don't have any sounds? That's gonna be annoying. Sounds. We have chattered enabled. Speech maybe? There's always something that's not... It should be on sounds. We have sound input and sound... and let me just try...
In the left turn you will see a 777, but no contact.
Is it because I have the wrong... Could it be that?
Tower 905, good morning. Tower 905, good.
Let me see if I'm gonna ask the co-pilot to say something. I can hear the background, so it's definitely... I think we're just on the wrong... something is going on. Let me restart pilot to EDC. Maybe we can get it working. A lot of things not really going as intended. Whilst we wait, we'll put in the info that we know. So we're flying, we'll just do the normal, or the ATC ID for flight number. Then we'll do the departure, which should be the BPK. With 29 right. And after BPK we are gonna have a lot of airways. But before we put that in, let's see if we can get it working with pilot to ADC actually. Yeah, it's not always the best one. Yeah, this seems to work, so that's good. Flight plan. I'm 100% certain it's related to the plane. But we'll know soon enough. I'm just gonna put in the inputs that we did last time, right? Just to make sure that we are consistent. Because all of this looks correct. So the question is just if we connect to the sim, what's gonna happen? Okay, I'm gonna bring this down once we connect so we can continue populating our flight plan the slow way. Q295 to brain M197 to Redfa direct to Taka. I wonder if airways will be used to the same extent with the new developments in kind of the airspace and how the routes are made. So for example, Lithuania had removed their airways. RKN, it's gonna be that one. And after RKN, it's a direct to Norta. And let's actually see now, because I could hear sounds. So I'm gonna ask IFRK or have our co-pilot ask for it. Still nothing. That's strange, super strange. Could that be the case? Yeah, really not sure why I'm not hearing anything. I'm just gonna pause again just to not take up too much time. There we go. So that took much longer than anticipated. Brought me down a deep rabbit hole. So one of the reasons why they aren't working anymore is because it seems like Microsoft has discontinued certain voices, etc. So there's been some changes, to put it mildly or lightly, and basically some of the voices don't work anymore. So what I had to kind of do is re-download some new or an old version to get it to work. Bit of a mess. But let's see now if we can get it to work without having to mess anything else up. So we'll do a try. Airwego 4003 heavy, ready to copy, IFR clearance.
Airwego
There we go.
4003 is cleared to Echo Delta Delta.
So we don't have all the best voices, but we have some of the English one. I think we lost a few Michelle's, etc. Some of these voices, Eva.
5 minutes after departure. Heathrow radar director on 119.72.
So small bummer, but could be worse.
3122.
Okay,
Airwego
3122.
4003 is cleared to Echo Delta Delta Papa climb via the BPK-7 Foxtrot departure, then is filed. Climb to flight level 140 via the departure.
Standby.
Expect higher clearances 5 minutes after departure. Heathrow radar director on
140, so let's put
119.72.
that in.
Squawk 3122.
And we're cleared via the
Airwego
departure.
4003 readback correct QNH is
And 27 right, which is the one we were
QNH
expecting.
is 1016 Airwego 4003.
Good. So I think most things are looking good. I'm just gonna quickly check that I didn't change any settings I shouldn't have. And I think I did not, so most things are looking good, and we only have the right voices, no basic desktop voices. Hopefully this will work going forward as well. I did save the voices, so if we ever run into this issue, it's a quick reinstall. Worked pretty quickly this time around. RKN was the last waypoint we did put in, so the question is which are the other ones we need to put in. It's Norta, so slow sometimes with putting in the data. And after Norda it's Admos, and then it's T, so an airway, T9, 5-9 to Koyak, and then it should be the Koyak, and we're gonna put that in ILS 26 left, Koyak 1V with the yoga transition,
Kilo 569 Delta, left Alpha, technique gate Echo 5. Delta, Alpha, Echo 5, Bravo is available.
and does it look good with the legs page? It does. Yeah, vector to yoga, but that's fine. We can activate and execute. We'll go to the init ref. I'm just gonna quickly jump out again. It seems like we have basically loaded everything, so we can probably start closing all doors. Don't think anyone else is gonna hop on. And what that means is that we'll put in the performance in it. Nothing too crazy. Zero fuel weight of 409.3, cruising altitude of 39,000, a cost index of 15, so that's fine. And now we're getting into the finer details. Let's arm all the doors as well. I will return, put this to the legs page. We'll start the APU now. And what else? Data. Let's put that on both of these. Zoom in a bit. TFC, we're gonna want that on both. And what else? Do I want this one? Ah, let's move it down so it's not in our path. And we'll put in our relevant data here. 27 right, so that's gonna be a bit of a longer taxi, but nothing crazy. Let's actually get the pushback stuff ready, and we can then populate this as we go. Airwego 4003 heavy, ready for pushback.
Airwego 4003 pushback approved.
We'll do the
Back
same
approved
here.
Airwego 4003.
The weather has changed a bit since it's taken quite a long time for us to get
you can take Echo 5.
off the ground. Another thing I also noticed, apart from the issue I had with the BGL files, is that it's so much smoother running when you're not using the traffic BGL files. Of course the problem was that it would load everything in, but it's much worse of an effect than having the insertion of the air traffic. Okay, so since we're gonna have the
Hello, Captain. We are ready for
APU
pushback.
running, let's put these on and all of these. The APU bleeder looks good. Don't need this anymore.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
We'll disconnect the ground power, set the parking brakes and remove the wheel chocks. We have a very nice Qatar A380 behind us. Looks very good for being an AI aircraft. Yeah, they're connecting now. While we wait, what we can do is
Locking gear.
go with dry. We're gonna face west, but let's ask for taxi clearance. Airwego 4003, ready to taxi. Okay, let's see what we're getting.
Airwego 4003 taxi to runway 27 right via taxiway Sierra. Sierra 4 Whiskey, November 4 Echo, Alpha, Kilo, Bravo, Lima
Yeah,
27,
we're gonna be
Alpha,
facing
Mike,
west.
Alpha, Lima 23, Lima 22,
Oh, sorry.
Alpha 2, Alpha 3,
East, I
hold short
think.
runways 27 left, 27
Yeah,
right.
we wanna face east.
Taxi to runway 27 right via
Release
taxiway
parking brakes.
Sierra. Sierra 4 Whiskey, November 4 Echo, Alpha, Kilo, Bravo,
Okay,
Lima
variable.
27, Alpha, Mike, Alpha, Lima 23, Lima 22, Alpha 2,
Release parking
Alpha 3,
brakes.
hold short runways 27 left, 27 right
So
Airwego
I'm just gonna put this
4003.
in quickly. Outside air temperature 90. They're probably gonna be
Release parking brakes.
harassing us for now. QNH was 1016. Oh, I know we wanna release, but we're gonna wait. Tax auto, auto.
Release parking brakes.
Yeah, okay, we can release their parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Start at will. That's good. I'm gonna start the beacon lights. We should probably do the seatbelt signs, no smoking signs to on. Oh, I need to fix the chase plane. Ah, so many things. Nothing is going our way today, guys. I'm sorry. We can start though our engine, so start the right one. That should work, I hope. Now we just need to find the takeoff weight. We'll do the fuel control. So our takeoff weight is gonna be around 48 or 408. Well, let me check. So takeoff weight for, sorry, that was zero fuel. Yeah, 450. Yeah, that's that makes sense. CG of and now I'm actually wondering where we can see this. Here we go, 26. So now we're getting the data, and I'm gonna put this into the FMC. Things have at least started nicely. We just need to update a lot of these viewpoints. Plus remove all these transitions. We can start the left engine. Not sure if I'm doing it the right way, maybe it would have been the left and then the right one, but oh well. Here we can see that the selected temp is supposed to be 44, so we're going to put that into our thrust limitation page. We're going to do, let me see, 44. We'll do -10 and arm climb 1, takeoffs, flaps 5,
Set parking brakes.
CG 26.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine
Oh yeah,
start.
we need the fuel. Okay, let's see. Yes, CG 26, 131, 135. I'm gonna change the takeoff weight here. So now it's aligned. Check that the wind is somewhat aligned. And that we have the reference temperatures aligned. Some changes, but now it's aligning actually. It's 131, 135, 145. Good. We'll confirm that we have a good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
And we'll do a quick check on our viewpoints, getting some nicer ones. It does make the flying more enjoyable. At least I think so.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
I think this is an okay viewpoint,
clear,
maybe not my
right is clear.
favorite one. This works, this works. Yeah, we can do something like this maybe. And that. I'll remove the transitions. Now I just need to check that I don't have any of these transitions left. Good. So now they're all kind of direct changing viewpoints. Packs left and right, TCAS off. Yeah, let's get those running. We can also start shutting the APU. Runway and taxi lights should go on. TCAS. I think it can actually still stay off. But we do want to have the terrain and weather radar activated. And then we want to start taxiing, and I'm actually gonna put this viewpoint for the outside one. We'll release the parking brakes, and then we'll start the long taxi to 27 right, following the assigned taxi route. We don't seem to be light enough to get going by ourselves, but that's fine. I haven't done the checklist either, but this should be fine. We can override these items. Or I guess technically we don't need to override, but okay, before taxi, anti-ice, recall. Yeah. Okay, so we have those ready. We'll start adding a bit of thrust. I'm gonna check, what was the trim? 3.6? Something 3.5 should be fine. Elevators seems to be working. Same with ailerons. Oh, I don't want the rudder to have any control actually over the on the ground, so I need to check why we have that happening. I do not accept that. Oh, and there the A380 took off. Let me see, it's gonna be on at aircraft. No, maybe not actually, maybe options rather. Simulation maybe.
Go look for 1 Alpha 16 for Delta 56. We'll go.
Yeah, use P3D tiller axis. But I'm still getting the... I need to check PMDG. Okay, let's see. We're supposed to turn here and cross the runway.
Airwego 4003 cross runway 27 left.
Cleared to cross runway 27 left Airwego 4003.
Okay, we got clearance to cross, so we'll cross. I don't think there's anyone taking off, so that's good. We'll though anyway put on these to make sure that we are easily visible. Okay, you have to set... You have to set some tiller settings. Okay, I'm not gonna be bothering with that, but okay, so there it is possible to tweak, but you're supposed to of course be able to steer it a certain amount with the rudder. Which makes sense. Let's see. We need to remove some of the lights, because we're gonna be blinding people otherwise. At least the ground. Or the airside workers. We have forgotten though quite a few things I just noticed, such as the flight directors. We can do LNAV and VNAV already. Let's see, we'll brake a bit to help with the turn. Apart from that though, we have everything seemingly now set up. We'll put this to 240. The annoying part about flying from Heathrow is that it's gonna take a while before they get us higher up. Well, actually this one is pretty okay. Apart from that, then it will take us forever to get higher clearances from CHT. I think you can though. Yeah, we can ask them to ignore the SID altitude restrictions. I think that makes sense. Then that should actually fix the issue we've been having with the... So I don't think they would keep you that low for that long in the UK, but I might be wrong. Okay, let's jump back to the legs page. We have the legs page set up. One thing we didn't set up properly is the barrow. So 1016, and that's set up on all of them because I did connect them just to make life a bit easier. We were supposed to turn here and then left, but since I'm a bit lazy, we're just gonna turn left on this one to avoid doing too many turns. And we are braking a bit.
Delta 258 after all, enter fire Alpha 10. Enter Alpha 10.
Okay, looking good. Or good enough. So soon we'll be able to get our takeoff clearance. One thing we can do so we don't forget is the TCAS. The rest should be set up correctly. Or maybe we're going a bit fast. This is a big aircraft. It handles very nicely though on the taxiing, I would say. I will take this first turn to the left, yeah. Let's see, is anyone coming into land? No, that's good.
Airwego 4003, contact Heathrow Tower on 124.47.
Oh, why am I here in the ATC
Tower
menu?
on 124.47
That's annoying.
Airwego 4003.
Clearance delivery 928 ready to copy IFR clearance to Venus 928 cleared to Venus Airport.
I need to check why am I hearing that. Because I have voice on even though it's on 0. Well, it is what it is. Airwego 4003 ready for takeoff.
Airwego 4003, contact Heathrow Tower on 124.47.
Tower on 124.47 Airwego 4003.
Does he get us the right one? 1447. Okay, let's put the right one in. Now we just need to make sure we actually put it on the right. There we go. Airwego 4003 ready for takeoff.
Airwego 4003 winds are
Takeoff clearance
010
received.
at 10 knots. Runway 27 right cleared for takeoff, squawk 3122.
Runway 27 right cleared for takeoff, squawking 3122 Airwego 4003.
Let's release the parking brakes. Do we have any good views that we can use? Maybe the one at the bottom would be a nice one for taking off. We'll keep that one. Everything is otherwise set correctly. We're at flaps 5. And I'm gonna give us a bit of a bigger turn radius in order to get us somewhat okay on the runway, and then we're gonna try to take off pretty quickly. Okay, and we are almost nicely on the runway. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay, airspeed alive. One thing I didn't check, of course, is compass. So I do hope we still have that going. Yeah, okay, it does look like it's working. So rotate. I really hope it's recording as it's supposed to be. Okay, we are taking off. What's the rate of climb? We'll get the gears up. A bit of lagging, but nothing too bad. We can go to flaps 0. Yeah, looking good. Saying goodbye to Heathrow.
Airwego 4003, contact Heathrow radar director on 119.72.
Radar director on
we are flying.
119.72 Airwego 4003.
And yeah, it's quite a different feeling to fly this one compared to the Messerschmitt 109. Okay, let's see, we have about 550 nautical miles to travel. It's gonna take some time, but hopefully we can climb pretty quickly. We'll already go to Barrow Standard. And I'll already shut some of the lights.
Subject 947, contact Apron 121, decimal 855.
Airwego 4003 contact London Control on 118.47.
Control on 118.47 Airwego 4003.
Fly runway heavy, climb and maintain 10,000. Departure frequency is 11.9.2.5.
Okay, let's see, they want to keep us at 6,000. I actually think it won't work because they're not gonna give us higher clearances. Anyway, right? 'Cause they're still, even though they ignore it, right? They won't. But I do wonder if we ask them explicitly to climb. Let's see. Airwego 4003 heavy. Request flight level 390. Okay, we didn't get that. Oh, we got a new, actually I just realized we got a new, let's see, I'm gonna change to the right.
Control Airwego 4003 climbing to flight level 140.
Okay, let me see, altitude change, request climb to level 39.
Control Airwego 4003 request climb to flight level 390.
Okay, still looking good. 390, can we get that climb or is it out of the question? Let me actually go, I'm gonna put this to autopilot and I'm gonna try to figure this out.
Control Airwego 4003 request climb to flight level 390.
We are at the right tower though, control on 118475. So why aren't we getting any input? That's very strange. I hate when you have to troubleshoot whilst climbing, that makes it a bit annoying. Let's check what the biggest fear I though had, which was that compass. Okay, yeah, it's recorded us, that's good. And we are in the clouds. Gotta go to the, let me see, yeah, let's do the free view one, I think. Yeah, it looks like there's some variety in the, and actually talking about that, what did the online flight plan say about weather? I'm gonna check quickly. End of document. Can't we see? I wanna edit flight, but I wanna see. Let me see, I'm gonna generate the flight again and see if we get any sort of weather update. Why are we not getting weather and NOTAM? Or maybe that's why, because I didn't add the NOTAM option. I think it's by default off. So I'm just gonna request another. And let me see. So we want to include NOTAMs, generate flight, or is it the fear NOTAMs? Nope. Okay, edit flight. Let's include everything and see if that will generate the weather. Okay, still nothing. Since we probably won't be getting any more, I don't trust them at least to provide us anything else. I'm gonna go with the climb being performed by ourselves. Okay, let's check the PDF now. Still nothing in terms of weather. That doesn't make sense. So strange. This should probably speed things up as well. Now it's 1 hour and 50 minutes. Hopefully when we get the max speed up. But yeah, weird. Detailed navlog. Could that have been the issue?
Airwego 4003 climb and maintain flight level.
Oh, but I have detailed navlog.
Flight level 230 Airwego 4003.
Okay, let's see flight maps detail. Maybe that was the thing. So I'm gonna check once more if we can get, because I want to know the weather. I find it very... Yep, here it is. It was that thing. So now we can see the weather. Some CBs and icing warnings more to the south. And otherwise we'll have a nice tailwind. Okay, good. That will do nothing else, I think. And we did actually hear finally... Yeah, okay, climb, maintain, flight level 230. So actually maybe they do, maybe we should keep it in terms of the SID, that they don't care about the restrictions. That could be a good thing. Gonna go back to VNav now. So Thorium match should bring us up sufficiently, and then it's basically smooth sailing up to 39. Yeah, okay, that's good. I have some okay viewpoints with this one, nothing too great. But yeah, that was a bit of a, let's turn these off, that was a bit of a boring takeoff and climb, since we had the issues with the, or since I was a bit worried about the compass and then about the altitude restrictions. We go auto on those, the rest are off. Strobe is on. It's looking good. Not sure we need the terrain. We can do this on a higher to get a better visual of our surroundings. That should definitely not be at, well, at the page it was. And anything else?
Airwego 4003 climb and maintain flight level 310.
No, I
Climb
don't
and
think
maintain
so.
Flight level 310 Airwego 4003.
But yeah, looks pretty good actually. Yeah, this must be the Rex sky or the Rex clouds. I think you can see it basically because they have this little light around them. The ground looks very nice as well. I'm actually gonna take, I think the, let me just see if I can get a nice one. I think this should be a good thumbnail. And taking that into consideration, let's see, will we get automatic switches with the, or will the co-pilot basically tune the radio? I do hope so, but there's a risk he might not. But let's see, I'll try to come back and see, but otherwise I'm basically gonna leave you, I think, with this view. And I'll be right back. Or actually I might not be right back, but I'll check if I have to jump in. It's basically just gonna go to cruise now. It's now about 1 hour left, so it's probably gonna come down to around 40 minutes if we're lucky. 40, 35 maybe.
Airwego 4003 climb and maintain flight level 390.
Climb and maintain flight level 390 Airwego 4003.
Dagobert 3094, contact 125, 935.
0403 contact Amsterdam Center on 119.17.
Center on 119.17 Airwego 4003.
Papa Whiskey Mike, level 370. 300 and that's also fine. Good job. Papa Whiskey Mike, contact 125935. 125.95, copy there. Contact 133355, Southern Air 910. Have a good day.
UPS 263, climbing level, so runway 310.
UPS 263, identified. Center, camper 587, flight level 340, start to Rapex. Good morning, camper 587, identified. Quality 1412, passenger 212, landing 300 to Nabula. Quality 1412, identified, climb to flight level 340. You can flight 340, quality 1412. Camper 587, connect 128, 160. 128, 130, camper 587. 128, 160. 128, 160, thank you. Johnny 038, level 350, Edwards CPLC. Good morning, flight 808, identified.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna quickly have to jump back in because I noticed that our dear co-pilot has not been able to change the radio to the right one, which is 119.17.5.
Center Airwego 4003 level at flight level 390.
Okay, I'll probably have to come back soon and observe some more. Just gotta take care of a few other things, but I'll be right back.
125, that's 980, that's 8255.
Clear 669, which check flight level 208, climbing 290.
Clear 669, climb London 390, ready to go back.
Kudos in 3903, merci 669.
Lima 669, Alpha heading 1 0.
Heading 100, merci 669. Premier 669, we are level 400, 390, sorry. Shall we keep heading 100?
Lima 669, confirm the heading is to keep you clear of traffic, which will be overtaking you on your south side. Stay level.
Okay, thank you.
Radar, Qatari 7 Golf, uniform, heavy, landing, Echo 2900, hello.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. What to go back to the camera.
Again, Qatari 7 Golf, uniform.
That's what uniform. Good morning. You identified flight level 370, ready to go back.
Correct, Quebec, flight level 370, Qatari 7 Golf, uniform.
Fox 190, climb 260 to Mickey.
Get I'm on 711, identified. Climb flight level 370, confirm requested level.
Climb level 370 and that is requested on 711.
Roger, 1711 out of 250, proceed direct to Montreal.
Start direct out of 250, go on 711. Juliet, time fly level 260 on course to heavy level 10 miles before me.
Train team 176 Juliet, identified. Proceed direct to SME, climb flight level 370 and confirm requested level.
Fly direct to Resnik and climb fly level 370 and request fly level 390 for cruise today. Team 176 Juliet.
Roger, call you back from here.
Okay, let's see. We are at flight level 390 and we are flying over Netherlands. Not that far off from Amsterdam actually. And a huge airport down below. A marvelous looking country, I must say. I think this one is this is reclaimed land. So this one, and then I think also this one is reclaimed land. Potentially here also. Or I guess a bit of this would be underwater without their little seawalls.
KLM 1711, contact 125.935,
But yeah, very interesting. Interesting looking. And we are soon gonna be passing into Germany, which will no longer be nice for the real, but the Orbex Germany instead. Which will do an okay job, of course, but specifically when we are lower down. Oh, we have an aircraft that's flying higher than us. It's flying a bit to our right. Can we see it? There it is, I think. So pretty close. But not sure which is then American Eurowings. That looks like a Eurowings. So yeah, very cool with the contrail. Not the longest contrail though. I always wonder how can we get longer ones. Because I think P3D has very short ones. Not that I remember or not that I remember X-Plane having longer ones, but I think FSX have very long ones. Hmm.
Atlanta 332, contact 128.160.
128.160, confirm.
Correct, 128.160.
128.160, number 17 is
Weird. Not really finding anything about it. So maybe it's not a big issue for people, but I kind of like seeing the longer contrails. It does make it feel more immersive. Okay, about 35 minutes to go. We're soon gonna pass into Germany, which will probably mean a change. Let's talk
Center
a bit
Airwego
with
4003 at flight level
the center, just make
390.
sure that they switches to the right one.
Airwego 4003, good morning.
As we're in the air, we can though check off some things from our list. So we've done the after takeoff, landing gears up, flaps up, so that's normal. Descent, we're not really there yet. We have some non-normal ones. Let me see. So that's if you have issues, right? Which is very good. Probably very useful in case of something going wrong. Gears are looking good. You can see some difference in the values, which I would assume is very normal. Comms, use center CDU for ACARS and CPDLC. And is that even possible? Maybe it is. Let's see. Get a bit of lag. Now I'm basically just messing about. I have no clue what this will actually lead to. Airline idea. Sorry, not idea. Airline ID. That's the. Okay, invalid entry. Can we put anything there? Okay, we cannot. Fuel on board. And then you can do D-Link sync. Okay, so there's some things you can do with this one. I wonder if the PMDG has any documentation covering. I'm gonna check. Since we are, oh sorry, that was when I was installing Pilot ADC. Okay, let's go to Lockheed Martin, P3D, and then the documentation folder for PMDG. And we're doing the 777. There's flight manuals, introduction, pretty long, 168, and then tutorial 1. So I'm just gonna see the flight plan. Flight to the Maldives. Let me see, Maldives, P3D, and we have the Mail Atolls by FSDG. This one actually looks very nice. Look at these pictures. Probably not the most interesting place to fly to though. Then there's a FSDG Maldives Velana International Airport with very bad reviews. Okay, so somebody doesn't like the city. Pretty cool though with the aircrafts. I don't think it looks that bad, but yeah, the pictures aren't really telling us the full story. Okay, let me see. Okay, we're getting a traffic warning.
Center on 118.75.
Center on 118.75 Airwego 4003.
So we have someone flying really close. Lufthansa it looks like. So nothing too crazy. Oh, and now we got center on 118.75. So we'll switch that. God, I'm too bad at like
Center
paying
Airwego
attention.
4003 level at flight level 390.
Still no need to descend. Speed-wise looking good. Look at that, we have a bit of tailwind that should help us get there faster. Yeah, not too much in this documentation about. I'm gonna check. No. Okay, what about the normal manual? Wide view aspect ratio, map VC panels. Leave this box unchecked as it may cause some blurriness. Oh yeah, because you have hidden, so I should have the information text show cockpit tools to see specific items. Yeah, that's a bit. Ah. Let me see, do we have anything about the A-car system? Nope. There's a click spot here. Interesting. Okay, that's pretty dope. The things you learn here also seems to be. Oh no, sorry, it's. Oh, can't see some of the click spots. Odd, but not the end of the world. This one does seem to open up the. Or it's supposed. Oh, there we go. So yeah, most of them do work. I'm gonna do the call again, just to make sure they know of our presence.
Airwego 4003, good morning.
It's actually pretty nice that they have the FMC data link. Well, let me see, which one are we on now? We are on page equipment options. Okay, so we want to do aircraft. Equipment. Okay, let me see. Does this work? This auto descent forecast uplink. It's supposed to work, but I doubt it does. Let's actually quickly go to the simulation one. I think that one might be more interesting. So page 9, we have weather radar. Huh. It says that it's not available, but I'm pretty sure we have active sky connected out with live weather, but okay. That's odd. Maybe there's more to it, right? How you would connect. let's see, you change the tilt down here. What does this mean? We'll see any precipitation. God, so much stuttering. 'Cause I don't feel like I'm getting any. Can I guess? Or sorry, are we using? Maybe it's the wrong. Let's see if we're
Airwego
getting any.
4003 descend via the KOJE1 Victor arrival with the Kojak transition to cross Jaga at or above flight level
Kojak
050 with
transition.
vectors for the ILS approach to runway 26 right at Leipzig-Halle Airport.
Descend.
Airwego 4003 descend to cross Kilo Oscar Juliet Echo Charlie at flight level 140, then fly the KOJE1 Victor arrival with the Kojak transition maintain flight level 050.
Will cross Kilo Oscar Juliet Echo Charlie at flight level 140, then fly the KOJE1 Victor arrival with the Kojak transition maintain flight level 050 Airwego 4003.
Okay, we can go back to VNAV soon enough. Or maybe now. We wanna go down to flight level 050. At least eventually. Okay, but let's go back to playing. Yeah, here we can see now that it's the Orbex. It doesn't look too bad, because the Orbex regions are kind of the best land class in the game. But it's not as good as it should be. AK not for the real. But I kind of do think it's fine in the sense that I'm trading the niceness of it looking perfectly as on the ground with the fact that when I'm coming in for landing it will look good. Okay, let's go back to what I was checking, the simulation options. Enable ground shaking, enable. Okay, and let's see here with the tiller. So the full range steering should actually be on, yes it seems, since the 777 actually provides the crew with a plus minus 70 degrees of steering. So this should be yes.
Airwego 4003 contact Bremen Center on 125.1.
So
Center on
default.
125.1 Airwego 4003.
Oh, so that's back to the P3D basic one. Okay, that's something really dumb of me that I've never set this. Okay. Things you learn, right? So high steering sensitivity. You missed the recommendation. Add lag to inputs. Okay. Let's do that. So this is something I do recommend with most people that get an aircraft, is to do the manual. It's a very good thing. This is the first time actually ever that I've opened the manual. I just kind of watched YouTube clips with this aircraft. When I started flight simming, I would like read the manuals from beginning to end. That was like a very fun thing to do, but then, you know, I guess you got more cocky. I mean, hell, I forgot to do the clock on this one. Not good, not good. But yeah, the thing is that you'll find things like this, behavioral things that you might want to change.
Airbus 2186, climbing level 370 is launch Airbus. Argument 2186.
see, simulation, performance, IRS option. Now it's on fast. I think it should be on realistic.
Target back to 186, climb flight level 3.
Yeah, sure.
Climb level 390, target back to 186. Other station calling, say.
What about these ones? EFB 1515. Okay, you can disable. Okay, some of them.
Other station calling, say.
Okay, so many interesting. You can even customize the colors. Jesus Christ, these things that I'm finding out about. Okay, colors. Yeah, look at this. Okay, so PFD sky,
Contract 443, proceed direct Nissan.
PFD ground, so I guess it's these colors, tapes, amber, CDU white,
Contract 443, contact 126.285, bye-bye. 126.285, contact 443.
okay, let's see, and you have sound settings in background, etc. You have the device. This one is interesting. I can't see it on my
Airwego 4003
hardware one,
contact
but I can
Bremen
see it
Center
here.
on 119.82.
Center on 119.82 Airwego 4003.
Transavia 11 Quebec, contact is 125.935, fijne dag. Transavia 11 Quebec.
Okay, we got another 11985, and I already missed one whilst I was gibbering on here, so that's not good.
Center Airwego 4003 descending via the KOJE-1B arrival with the Kojek transition to flight level 050.
Okay, let me see. Anything else?
Virgin at 354, Michael 240, climate Michael 290 on a heading of 105.
Virgin 354, identified. Resume our navigation direct Bombi. Confirm requested level.
Navigation direct to Bombi and Snowball.
Virgin 354, please log on the data link.
Wilco, Virgin 300.
Thanks. Under 3 Lima X-ray identified. What's your requested level? Under 3 Lima X-ray, climb flight level 350.
Yeah, now I've been really going in depth with these manuals. So much interesting things, such as that you need a sound output. Of course, that shouldn't be an issue, right? But
contact, that be Dogobert 216. Thank you.
Let's see what else.
Gulfair 002, contact 125 decimal 980. Bye bye.
125.980, Gulfair 002, thanks, bye, sir. Central November 808 Tango, flight level 242, climbing 290.
November 808 Tango, identified. What's your request?
Oh yeah, one thing we did totally forget was the checklist for the descent recall.
Would like to start at flight level 350.
I guess we can press that.
November 808 Tango.
Oh, we don't need the parking brake set in the sky.
Flight level 310 initial.
Okay, climb 310.
Seems a bit unnecessary. And then notes, auto brake, landing data. Yeah, fine, we can just do 2. And I think in terms of the landing, I mean, you should just get the same by doing it this way. So I'm not gonna be putting anything in here. However, we do need to think a bit about the airport we're landing at. So let's try to find, and I'm gonna check quickly, can we fit the page? And then maybe we can use this zoom button to together with these ones and just try to get down to the approach. So we're doing 26 left, right? 10 run, or is it 26? Is that the runway? 26 left? No, it says 26 left. How old is this? 05? Jesus. Let's double check with ChartFox if we're getting the right data. ILS 26 left.
Contact Berlin Center on 125.8.
Center on 125.8 Airwego 4003.
Okay, so is it this one, 1835? It is. Oh wait, we need to change again. 1258.
Center Airwego 4003 descending via the KOJE-1B arrival with the Kojak transition to flight level 050.
Yep, still descending. Still looking good. We're just trying to figure out the localizer for this runway and that's the DME, but I want to know the localizer. Is it no, 1110.3. Okay, so this one is definitely not getting us the right one, even though the rest of the data looks pretty straightforward. This one though, 28. Ah, but look, they look very different. Has this changed? Leipzig, Hull, and this one that I'm looking at is also EDDP. Okay, so there's been a change. I don't think 28 is a runway anymore, so maybe they just kind of straightened it. Okay, but it's supposed to be the same one, so 110.3. And if I'm not mistaken, we probably don't need to set that ourselves. But we do need to verify that we have the right. So 263 and this is 284, so there's been a change in that regard. In terms of minimums, is it still 659 or it's changed quite a bit? It's down to 636 actually.
Confirm your plate level is 250. Yeah, send level 250. Okay, then
6 3 39 38 37 and 36. There we go.
November 80890.
Took a bit of time, but we were able to get it correctly set up. We'll zoom in a bit here. I need to check the active sky thing actually. I'm wondering if that's why we haven't. I mean, the weather has been looking pretty fine, so nothing too big to think about anyway. Yeah, it's 777 is a beauty, and that's for sure.
Turkish 6201, identified. KLM 706, contact 1730, sign it up. 17230, KLM 706, ja, zo. Doei.
Okay, let's see, do we need drag? No.
Hello, Emirates 172 with reply level 400. Emirates 17, identified.
Oh, that's cool. Actually, you need to press the mic button to transmit the garbage you want to say. That's cool. We don't know about altimeters yet. We'll probably find out soon enough.
Airwego 4003 contact Munich approach on 126.05.
Approach on 126.05 Airwego 4003.
Okay, and full speed brake should almost never be used. So that's interesting. Okay, let's see. Approach 126 050. Ah, I managed to do this a bit wrong. 050. There we go. Then we'll need to switch to tower as well. So let's try to remember that. No smoking, etc. We can put those on. I think this is the Preelsoft one. You can see it's not perfectly aligning, but it does look a bit better. And then there we have the airport. But it does definitely look better. I mean, this is kind of the difference with the real city and then the Orbex one. The Orbex one isn't a bad idea. It does look better the closer you get, but you know, having the real photoreal city does make a difference. Not sure it was worth getting it, to be honest, but it was on sale simultaneously with the Leipzig from Digital Design, so I thought I could get it and try it out. I've been pretty fond of some of their products, Preelsoft, for example, the Istanbul one. Might have a few others as well, but I'm not remembering on the top of my head. Okay, we are coming down pretty nicely. Slow and steady. I'm actually gonna go into the paint shop for a bit, since this will take a bit of time. Since we're flying the full approach. At least seemingly we'll fly the full approach. So I'm just gonna prepare the thumbnail. Gonna jump in my bed straight after this. Will be very nice with a good night's sleep. It's something I thoroughly recommend for everyone. Makes a huge difference to actually get sleep and not be tired. Yeah, let's get that logo on the thumbnail. But yeah, generally it's looking pretty good. Nothing has gone wrong this far, at least with the flight, so that's nice. Question is, of course, did I jinx it now? But I hope not. The PMDG 777 is a pretty nice bird in that regard. Let's see what the transition is. 5000 is pretty basic. We can remove this since we don't actually have the right ILS, or let's say the right runway for the approach. How did I do? Yes, probably like B777F, something like that. Yeah, I always forget. It was such a long time now since I did a commercial video. So I've been doing that EGLL week once. Okay, let's see now. We'll get the right size. There we go, and we can save as something, and then I just need to get it up, loaded or converted rather, so we get the right banner size. Something easily forgotten. Did I save it now, or did I forget to save it?
Airwego 4003, turn left to heading 075 vectors to the ILS approach for runway 26 right at Leipzig Halle Airport, descend and maintain tree. Airwego 4003, turn right to heading 175, you are 16 nautical miles northeast of the airport.
175.
Fly heading 235 to intercept final. Cleared for ILS approach to runway 26 right. Contact Leipzig Tower on 125.905.
Okay, so we want to fly.
Turn right to heading 175 Airwego 4003, fly heading 235, cleared for ILS approach to runway 26 right. Tower on 125.905 Airwego 4003.
And I'm soon gonna do that. Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, maybe not technically correct, but we don't have, I think, enough or actually I think the easiest thing will be to do it this way. That should work. So we're basically gonna let that one fly what they asked us to fly. We're gonna come down on 10,000, so we'll put the landing lights on already. That should be sufficient. It's looking pretty good. Our surroundings, that's nice. And I'm gonna download the thumbnail I want for the YouTube video. So there we go, we have that done. It's always nice to have things pretty cleanly set up for when you're gonna go to sleep. I think we're also gonna open the pilot to ADC once we don't remember. So tower on 12605. Oh wait, 125. Okay, so 125.905. So 125.905. What's that? We need to switch this ourselves, because otherwise it won't work. So now we're on tower.
4003 inbound for ILS approach runway 26 right.
And I think we want to be down to
Airwego
3000.
Good morning.
Let me have a
Continue
look.
ILS to runway 26 right.
Yeah, 3000.
Continue approach.
What
and
about
call when
progression?
established on final.
Is it looking okay? Yeah, we have a huge error, so I'm actually gonna add half of the speed brake. Hopefully that can help us. And now actually I realize something. We wanna go to 448. Oh, I think we will go actually. It's just me being a bit too cautious. So we are slowing down. That's good. I'm gonna put the rest of the lights on. We are a bit high. The question is though, in progression terms, how high are we? Or how big is the error? 3000 feet. This might be a tricky one to fix. We'll try, of course. We do have some time. Airwego 4003 heavy. Say altimeter.
Airwego
Okay, we got the
4003 QNH
altimeter.
is 1010 at Leipzig-Halle Airport.
QNH is 1010 Airwego 4003.
Let's put that in. That solved a bit of the error, so that's good. But we still have to make up quite a bit. And what I'm wondering, can we maybe set flaps 1? That could help. We can probably add a bit more speed brake. Since we're a cargo plane, we don't have to care as much about our passengers. Even though we do of course have to care a bit. I'm gonna push the speed brake thing even though we're only supposed to use the half level. Okay, you can see the localizers, that's good. Now only 2000. We're going pretty fast though. I'm wondering if we could, if it would be helpful. I'm gonna go to 0. I think it was on 0 already, but we're gonna disconnect. So we wanna do this manually. There we can see the runway. So there's been a change. So if it, in the past it must have gone this direction. That actually looks like the old 28. Interesting, very interesting. I wonder why they changed. Was it just to be able to use both? Because otherwise there was a crash or a collision risk, I would assume. Okay, we're starting to get very close. I'm gonna drop the gears. That should add some additional drag, which should be very helpful. Let's go flaps 5. Let's add the approach mode. So we have the localizer captured. I'm gonna arm the speed brake. Gonna go flaps 10. I'm gonna disconnect the autopilot. So I don't want us to... I will will push quite hard on the we'll go flaps full. Yeah, that's good. You can blare out the alarm as much as possible. Okay, now we have a tailwind, that's interesting. Checklist wise, yeah, I guess we have the altimeter, landing, normal. So everything's looking pretty okay. We're a bit fast. But I think the bigger risk here is that we will lose a lot of our speed relatively quickly once we start leveling off. So we need to compensate with some thrust simultaneously and use a bit of trim. Okay, it's looking better now. And we are coming down. Looks pretty good. Some autogen issues, but could be worse. Okay, let's think about it. Flaps down, gear down. Lights are set properly. We're doing this manually. We're on the localizer and on the glide slope. Can't see any wind on the MFD. So let's add a bit of thrust. Okay, let's see. Went a bit low there. I think we're able to stabilize it. So it's looking good. But yeah, maybe we don't have any wind values. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're coming down, approaching minimums. It's looking good. Continue. Gonna slow down a tiny bit.
50, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, a bit of a late landing. We will be fine. Did I land on the wrong runway? Which one did I get approval to? Runway 26. Oh god. That's I hate when they do that, right? Because it doesn't update in the system itself. Let's turn off the reversers, but they of course they are giving me the other runway. But that's annoying. We could have definitely done the other runway in that case. Yeah. Oh well. I'm thinking we're just gonna park down here. But yeah, that's actually one thing. I don't think I've said it multiple times. I've never remembered to do it. Maybe once actually I did remember. But it's cool that they changed the runway. It's very realistic. I don't know why I didn't even think of that. It must have been because I was using confirmation bias. The 22.6 approach to runway 26, right? Yeah, they've always been telling me that. Just me who hasn't been listening. But okay. It was actually a bit fun though to control the radio yourself, even though you're not the one speaking to it. I might actually add that just to add some extra layer of work. Let's remove the checklist one. I'll put the APU on. But yeah, it was a pretty nice flight. I do want to do more, but it's just so hard with work, right? I think Elström is in that sense pretty good. Because you don't really have to fly for that long. It's like 30 minutes the missions, and you can use that time compression feature. And since it's not kind of a simulation, since or a cockpit simulation, then you know it's not as interesting to be flying. So for example, I don't like using the time compression tool in P3D. I can use it with the planes that it works well with, such as the 777, but I'm not too fond of it. I'm just gonna close down pilot to ADC, and let's actually, before we turn in here, just check what our landing rate was with. So landing rate was like super low, -80. We did float, I'm not gonna lie. That's I'm not too happy with that landing actually. I think the approach was pretty decent, apart from that one dip we had. Always good to be a bit critical. We'll park here between the Antonovs. I think this is the smaller variant, right? 124, is it? Yeah, Antonov 124. Then you have the 22. Is it the 225 or 224? That's the Miria. Okay, let's get bus parked here. Oh yeah, now I actually have the how's the yeah, now the parking is very different. Much better actually. Damn, this really makes a difference. This is why it's so important to set it up correctly, because now it really feels, you know, you have to think about how you park with this one. And hell, I still messed it up. Look at that. But we'll just make do with that. Well, very nice actually. I really like. So yeah, do read the manuals. I'm gonna have to set it up on all the PMDG aircrafts now, which is a bit annoying, but oh well. C'est la vie. I think we have APU now. We can check it though. It's the electrical. No, not the fuel one. No, it's the stab, or what is it? The stat one. Yeah, that's the one. So it shows that we have APU. So we can shut the both engines. We're not gonna do a proper shutdown. We'll submit the PIREP. Thank you for flying with Air V Cargo. We'll close compass, and we'll have a look at our landing. I wish I could see the replay. Maybe there's a feature for that in EGLL Sturmovik as well. Yeah, let's have a look. But yeah, it does kind of well match with the Prilsoft Leipzig, but there's some overlap which ends up with the autogen not loading. It's very annoying that. If that could be fixed, I would save myself so much time. There's so many airports I end up trying to fix the autogen. I was a bit surprised we didn't land earlier, but I think we came in not too steep of an angle, so the difference between where I was sitting and the wheels at the back wasn't that big. So yeah, a bit of a late landing. I mean, look at that, floating right till the end. Well, it's a smooth landing at least. The cargo would be fine. It's a long runway as well, so wasn't really at risk, and we weren't that heavy. So yeah, that was it. Hopefully enjoyed this short maybe not, but this 2 hour, almost 2.5 hour long video. If you have any questions or comments, etc., feel free to leave them down below, and yeah, I'll try to do a bit of military simming. And one thing I also want to do, not related to planes at all, is the U-boat actually. I really like that one. I want to do like one where I'm the skipper as a let's play. I just need to learn how to do the torpedo shooting myself, and then I'm gonna go ahead with that. But yeah, not much else. Thanks again, and until next time. Bye bye.